Hey everybody, my name is Wade. Many of you might have seen in Ty's base the other day the design that I have built for controlling smashers, lobbers, mini bosses and flingers. This design basically uses the water jet to fling them into the lava for an insta-kill. Originally I had this idea because I wanted to develop a way of controlling smashers and mini bosses without the need for using traps. I've been able to do this on every amplifier so far, apart from being able to suicide them on Valley. I am currently working on it and believe I will be able to find a way, and also the one over at Bridge. I will be putting videos out on each of the other base builds for controlling smashers and mini bosses very soon, so pay attention for those, as I'll be releasing them maybe in sometime in the next week after testing. But for now, we'll get on with this build. So starting off, we have the rest of the base, which you can just ignore because Ty's carrying me into the later waves so I can test all of these mechanics out on the mini bosses and smashers. So big thank you to Ty for taking me up to the later waves so I can test all of these. But covering this husk catapult, the aim is to funnel the smashers and the mini bosses and the flingers and the lobbers down one of these two paths. So what they're going to do is they're going to either aggro onto the players or aggro onto the base or aggro onto, yeah, they're going to aggro onto the structures. They're not actually aggroing the base. So what's going to happen is the smashers will come down either this route or they'll go into your base, down through the tunnels. If they go through the tunnels, they will still aggro onto the same area. So once we're getting down here, we have the top side. So at the top side of the tunnel, we're going to have gas traps. You only need to place them up until about this section here. All of the husks will be funneling into your main tunnels because they will take the normal route to go towards the base. The amplifier is right down there along that lines. So if I just go, to use this effectively, you want to be able to allow the husk to split off at this point. So don't go building too much crazy stuff around here because you want the smashers to go this left side and go down towards the catapult, and you want the rest of the mobs to travel down towards the base. This will happen because at this point the base will be down at this angle and the aggro walls are down on the left hand side. You can make this however you want, just make sure you allow the smashers easy pathway through here so that they don't go through your tunnels. By also allowing smashers to not go through your tunnels, you don't use up the traps durability as much as you would as if you just let them path through here. Another important thing is to have these walls on the side, so I need to tear them up. I broke them back some. So you just want to make sure you tear up these walls on the left hand side. If smashers get down here, they will just path straight along here. They will not try to jump anywhere down here. The lobbers will also come across here, and the flingers. They will not throw up here, so there's no need to build a lobber shield. So above here. Now to make your tunnels, you can design them any way you wish. I would recommending funneling them up to the left hand side at this point over here, because the aim is to make it as easy as possible for the smashers and the mobs to separate. So I would recommend this. I will be releasing a new build idea which I've got drawn out very soon. But for now we're just focusing on the husk catapult. Up here you will want to trap this area up to about this point because the mobs will separate at this point. After this you don't want to place anything. You should cover up this point for the lobbers having a decent angle on it, I think, but you don't need to cover up anywhere after this. They cannot get an angle after this, and so you need no lobber shield whatsoever. At this point, lobbers and smashers, flingers and mini bosses will decide to path down here. The lobbers want a good angle, so they will be trying to get around to this section of the floor behind the water jet, and the smashers and the mini boss will not see the base as what to aggro onto. They see this wall down here as the thing to aggro onto. So when they're getting down here, these steps are very important. I've tried it with ramps and slopes and all different kinds of things, but the way to do it is by having these stairs suspended. By making them suspended in midair, you make it easier for the husks to just want to path down. You don't want to also be connecting them like down below, because it will also, they can also kind of aggro. The steps then lead down to here. Once they're down at this point, they cannot go like anywhere else. They're just going to kind of jump down to here. But once they get to the edge of the tile, they surpass that tile space, and so you don't have to worry about them clipping anything. Before, when I done this design, it was more focused on using the tunnel, and it was a bad design because they would end up clipping the edges of this. So you have to make sure you add in these walls as well, which I'll show in a sec. But as they fall off, they're going to get catapulted into the lava. Also, you can get lobbers and gunslingers that want to get a good angle on you as well, so they will actually take this tunnel down the left hand side. I decided not to block it off and actually use it as part of this base. This was the original design before I started to path them over the top. So as they come down here, there's going to be nothing at all up until about this point. So this here, originally I'd have problems with the smashers smashing through and just breaking the funnel, which would guide them into the water jet. So what you want to do is have this half floor to stop them being able to charge. They'll happily then path round to the side and go onto the lava jet. Smashers can come down this angle as well, but it's very rare that they do. Lobbers and flingers will just happily path round the side, as well as gunslingers do come down here quite a bit. You'll find that they'll generally just get to here and they'll go flying. Normally they're walking a lot slower and they'll clip this top piece. Yeah, so something you can't do when you're using this design, it does limit some of the build that you can do. You cannot use any walls down in this area in the front side of the amplifier, because they will just aggro those instead. The wall darts are snugly fitted against the wall. These will be fine. If you try to bring in anything else and put any walls closer, they will get smashed. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will be putting out other videos covering each and every other base with mechanics that allow you to control the smashers and the mini boss. Thank you very much for watching.